If you're into Scandinavian architecture, this house is just the thing. It was built in 1928 and it's perhaps one of the first functionalistic buildings in the country. I did an update a few years ago. Come see what I did. This is one of the first functionalistic houses built in Denmark. It's from 1928, and what gives it away are the steel frame windows and the concrete floors that are cast onto steel beams. Something that was very, very unusual in the 20s. One of the other giveaways is actually the position of the main door. It's hidden from you, it's hidden from the street. Actually, you need to go all the way around the building and enter from the back. The reason for this is that Danish modernism looks towards the American architect Frank Lloyd Wright. And Frank Lloyd Wright at that time invented this idea of putting the door at the back, hiding it away from door salesmen. So Danish modernism at this time was very, very influenced by the Americans. The houses were initially built and designed for the working class, but quickly during the build, they got the attention of the creative class, the bohemians, which meant that the working class have never lived here. And as you know, when the creative class moves in, the value of the property rises pretty quickly. And today it's one of the most attractive areas in Copenhagen. Now in the house I've been working with a few of my principles. One of them is the idea of axes and letting the light lead the way. So when you enter the house, you're led by the light from the living room where you have huge windows facing south. I designed the kitchen with the family in mind, so I did a small cupboard down at the end of the kitchen where the kids actually can climb up. And there's a protrusion in the kitchen right there, so it makes it possible to actually stand and cook and bake with the kids joining in. And I wanted to hide the range hood, so I did this trick with two shelves going around up in height. Check out how the perspective actually hides the range hood. The range hood is sitting up there and with all of the painting, and if you catch it at the right perspective, it almost disappears into the wall. So you have to shift your perspective before you can see that there's actually something coming about 40 centimeters out from the wall. I wanted to emphasize the space in the entrance. So I wanted to make a connection going from the kitchen and out into the guest bathroom. And one of the tricks on the eye is that if you paint something dark or paint it black, a lot less light is reflected from that surface, which means that less light comes into your eye, hits your brain, and you don't see the things as much. So going from the kitchen and into the bathroom, I wanted to hide the staircase a bit, which is why I painted it dark gray. Upstairs we renovated the entire floor, but kept the rooms and the sizes almost as they were. The big difference was actually in the bedroom, where we added 3 new cupboards to the existing ones. Now, when we first opened up the project, the living room and the dining room were just one big space. So we put in a big shelving system here with a hidden pocket door to make that separation so that you could actually sit at the dining table and the kids could be in the living room playing or watching some TV. Now, the bathrooms, when we started the project, were pretty close to original. And we still wanted to keep a 1928 feeling to them, but we really needed to update them. So here I worked with a terrazzo floor that was very modern at the time. Mainly they were dark or gray, but we went for a more lighter Scandinavian tone and used the white stones instead. And then all of the faucets are made of brass. In the beginning they are very gold and very shiny, so you just have to have a bit of patience with them and start using them, and then they will become much more used and look much more matte and actually be much more in tune with a house from 1928. That's it for now. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, and see you in the next one.